Hey guys, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to another spooky video. I am going to continue to make a bunch of just like spooky content talking about just like creepy places or like haunted stuff. I don't know. I just really love this time of year, like I've mentioned time and time before, and just everything that has to do with ghosts, okay? And I'm really excited for today's video because we're going to be talking about a haunted graveyard and hospital that's located in Mexico. Before I get started with this video, if you like creepy shit or if you just like my beautiful face, make sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up so that I can keep doing these videos, and hit the bell button down below so that you guys get notified whenever I post a new video. So today I'm going to be talking about El Panteon de Belen, which is located in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. This graveyard is very well known, okay? There has been a lot of ghost activities that have been spotted here. A lot of people have been buried here and stuff like that. It's a great place to go if you guys get the chance to ever go. Please do so. I've never been. I would love to go one day, but it's such a nice place, and people actually use the graveyard to take pictures for like their weddings, for their quinceañeras, for like bautizos, for like graduation and stuff like that. It's like, it's not just a graveyard, it's like a landmark, okay? It's like a really nice little like park area and stuff like that. And like I said, people can go and visit during the day and during the night. I would love to go during the night. That just seems so fun and like spooky. But there have been a lot of different ghosts that have been spotted, and just like a lot of different things have happened in this graveyard that make it El Panteon de Belen. This graveyard is actually 172 years old, okay? That is fucking insane. Before I continue with the graveyard and just some of the things that have happened in the graveyard and stuff like that, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the hospital that is actually right next door to the graveyard. This hospital is named Hospital Civil, which is also located in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, obviously, since it's right next to the graveyard. And this hospital, you guys, is actually 227 years old, and it is still a functional, like, running hospital. Doctors in it and patients and stuff like that to this day. Now, in this hospital, you guys, there have been lots of just creepy things happen. There have been a lot of people that have recorded and like caught things on camera and stuff like that. But the two main ghosts, entities, whatever you want to call them, spirits, that roam this hospital is one of a little boy. And this little boy is just said to be, he's not mean, he's not like vicious or anything. He just likes to run around in the hallways and just like knock things over, play around, just like a little boy would, like como niño travieso, just living his little life. And the second one is actually that of a woman that people have claimed to see numerous times, and they actually named her La Planchera. There was like two different ones. I had seen some places call her La Lanchera, and then there were some places that I had seen her call her La Planchera. I don't know which of those two it is, but they did name her. I guess maybe she's very common, or I don't know, they just see her quite often, so they just went ahead and named her. And what's crazy is that this lady was actually a patient there at the hospital. She actually died in surgery in this hospital, and I guess her soul just never left. She stuck around. Now, like I mentioned, people have caught a lot of crazy, creepy things in this hospital and in the cemetery as well. But the video that I'm about to show you guys is of this guy, and he was just recording and stuff like that. And you can like see someone come out from the back. It is so insane. This video is really old, okay? I think it said it was like 11 or so years old. So the quality on this video is not very great, but you can still see something, okay?
Es que te estoy enfocando las boobies. Ah, no mames.
¿Qué?
Pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo,
Se mueve, se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
Oh my god, you guys, I don't know about you, but I believe this one, okay? It just like, because I had seen some other ones that just looked so fake, okay? There was another one that I was going to show you guys, but it just did not look like real whatsoever, so I'm not gonna put it in this video. But this one, I don't know, just something about this one gives me like a weird ass vibe. Like I really feel like he did catch something, like, because you can just see like the person or like the guy or whatever just come out of fucking nowhere. There's no way of like going in or out of that room besides the way that like it came out. Like it's so fucking weird. I don't know. You guys let me know down below if you guys think that's true or if it's just like made up. I don't know. I believe it. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit to the cemetery so I can tell you guys a little bit more about it and we can discuss it, and then I'll show you guys some videos that I have of the cemetery as well, which are just even creepier, okay? So this cemetery, you guys, was actually built to be a monastery, okay, for monks. And monks actually did used to live at the cemetery and, you know, do their thing at the cemetery and stuff like that. I actually have a video, you guys, of what looks to be like a monk coming out of like the stairs and stuff like that at this graveyard. So let me go ahead and play it and then we'll talk about it, okay? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but that one also gives me fucking chills. That just looks so fucking real. And like his, like the face, okay, is what gets me. It just like, he's not there, but like he is, he kind of looks like me when I zone the fuck out. I actually have a clip of what the bottom of those stairs look like, so I'll include it here. That is just so fucking insane. And actually the story behind that video of like the monk and stuff like that, it was like a couple and they were taking pictures and they caught that on camera. They didn't see it like when they were there, but like after, once they went back, they had two different cameras set up for like two different angles, and only one of the cameras is the one that caught that like monk spirit thing. And that's just so insane, you guys. How fucking crazy. I don't know, like, if I was living in Mexico and I had the opportunity to, like, go and, like, take pictures for, like, my quinceañera or, like, graduation or something, I don't think I would choose that cemetery, only because, like, I don't know, like, how fucking insane. Like, imagine, like, you're just taking, like, your quince pics and, like, in the background you get a fucking, like, ghost. Like, how fucking insane. But, you know, kudos to you if you have the balls to fucking do that, because that's just some scary ass shit. So I'm gonna be telling you guys about two different legends, stories that go along with this graveyard, and one of them has to do with Nachito, okay? So both of these took place in the late 1800s, okay? So you guys have to remember that back in that time, there wasn't like any electricity or anything like that. You couldn't just like flip a switch and like the lights would come on, you know what I mean? They would have to rely on like sunlight, candles, torches, stuff like that, so that they could illuminate their way and just be able to see. So Nachito was actually a 3-year-old little boy. He was very well loved by his family and everybody around him. He was so nice, very well taken care of. But the thing with Nachito, you guys, is that he was terrified of the dark. And like I mentioned, in this time, you couldn't just flip a switch and the lights would come on. So, you know, you had to rely on the sun or like candles or torches, like I said, to be able to light your way and to be able to see. And because Nachito was so scared of the dark, sleeping became very hard for Nachito. Oh, this ghost talk got me sweating. I'm just kidding. It's this like Skims sweater. This shit's like really comfy, but it's like so hot. Anyways, back to Nachito. What his family decided to do for him so that he could, you know, sleep and be able to get his rest at night was every night before he went to bed, his family would go to Nachito's room and light a bunch of candles around his room and a bunch of torches and stuff so that he could sleep. Or if, like, you know, he woke up in the middle of the night, he's still able to see and had some type of light. Unfortunately, you guys, one day after his family had lit all the candles and torches for Nachito to go to sleep, for some reason, during the middle of the night, they all went out. The torches went out, the candles went out, and Nachito was left in the dark. Because he was left in the dark, you guys, he actually had a heart attack and died. Of course, Nachito was buried in El Panteon de Belen, which is, you know, the graveyard that we've been talking about this whole time. Shortly after his funeral happened and he was buried and stuff like that, the graveyard keeper actually noticed that his casket had been like dug up and put like above ground. Like he was no longer in the ground, like, you know, like 6 feet under. Like, no, he was above the ground. And he noticed this for a few days straight. Every time that he would go to, like, you know, take care of the graveyard and clean and stuff like that, he would notice Nachito's casket was always on top of the ground. After a few times of this happening, he decided to notify the family as to what was going on with Nachito's tomb, basically. The family kind of put 2 and 2 together, and they were like, well, Nachito was terrified of the dark when he was alive. Maybe now that he, you know, has passed, he still is terrified of the dark. And since, you know, you're buried underground in a casket, there's no type of light getting in there. So he's scared. His like spirit, his ghost, is bringing his casket back up so that he can like see the light. What they decided to do so that Nachito could finally rest in peace was they decided not to bury his casket like everybody else. And what they did was they put like a rock cement type of thing over it. Down like the middle, they left like a crack, like a split down the middle, so that no matter what, sunlight, moonlight, the light from the stars, any type of light could get into Nachito's casket, and that way he always had some type of light and he could finally rest in peace. After they did that, they didn't really have any more issues or problems with Nachito, like, you know, moving his casket or anything like that. A lot of people during the tours that, you know, you can take and stuff like that of this graveyard have heard and have seen just crazy things with Nachito. So people actually like to bring him little toys and stuff like that to his grave so that he can play with, of course, because like I said, he was a 3-year-old little boy. When people go to visit him and stuff like that, they'll bring him toys or like little cars, just something, balls, just stuff that, you know, a little boy would like to play with. And what's crazy is that when people go to tour the cemetery and stuff like that, they will see his toys like spread out around the graveyard, like, you know, like a little boy playing with his toys. They'll even find the toys that people left for Nachito on other little kids' graves, which I just think like that's so cute, because even though, you know, he passed and stuff like that, his soul is just still so kind and so sweet and genuine that he still likes to play with little kids and he still likes to play with toys. So I don't know, I just find that really fucking cute. Maybe you don't because it's like a ghostly type of thing, but I just think that's adorable. The fact that this little boy, he's not harming nobody, he just wants to play, he just wants to have fun, he just wants to be a little boy. What's even crazier, you guys, is that there have been a lot of people that have been able to record Nachito's voice, okay? And the things that he mainly says is, do you want to come play with me? ¿Quieres jugar conmigo? Or he'll say, can I have a chocolate? ¿Me das un chocolatito? I just felt like Dora translating that, but I just think that's so cute. Like, he's not an evil little spirit or anything. He just wants to play. He just wants some chocolate. I do have a video, you guys, of his little voice and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play it now, and then you guys let me know what you guys think about this one.
Bueno, nos está acompañando mi hermana porque siempre vengo acompañada. Bueno, nos está acompañando mi hermana porque siempre vengo acompañada.
I don't know about you guys, but that little voice to me just sounds exactly like what I imagined he would sound like. Just so kind and sweet and just a little boy, you know what I mean? He just, like I said, he doesn't sound mean. He doesn't mess with anybody. He just likes to play and ask for chocolate. In fact, I don't blame him. I just want to play and ask for chocolate too. The second legend that I'm about to tell you guys is honestly the reason why I really started looking into El Panteon de Belen and just like all the stuff that has gone on in the graveyard and with the hospital and stuff like that. And this legend involves a vampire. And I don't know about you guys, but I have like a weird like little interest with vampires. I don't know if it's just because like my head is kind of more into like the Vampire Diaries, Twilight type of vampires, you know, that shit, like love and stuff. But I don't know, vampires to me seem pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna freaking lie to you guys. But point is, I had seen on TikTok somebody talking about this vampire, and it just made me really be interested in like the vampire and like the graveyard and stuff. So that's why I decided to do this video. In the 1800s, a foreigner came and settled Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. It didn't take the people very long to kind of start to take a special type of interest in this foreigner just because he was strange. And by strange, I don't mean like yes, he was a little weird, but I mean, we're all a little weird, but I mean his characteristics, like the way he was, the way he acted was just out of the ordinary. He was very slim and tall, and he was very, very light in complexion, and he always wore black or dark clothing. What really made everybody a little bit more kind of concerned with this guy was the fact that he was only ever seen at night. During the day, nobody really ever saw him. Nobody ever really, you know, ran into him and stuff like that. But as soon as the sun would set, el vampiro salía, which just basically means the vampire would come out, okay? So like that's when he would start to come out, and he would go and like do his like errands and stuff like that, and that's when people noticed that, you know, he was out. During the day, never. Más salía la luna y salía el vampiro. Now, shortly after the man's arrival to Jalisco, Mexico, you guys, people's animals started to wake up dead, okay? And at first it was just kind of like, oh, maybe it's un chupacabra, or just like some like coyote that's like killing these animals. But the more and more animals would wake up dead, the more and more people started looking into it more, and they realized that the animals were drained of blood, first of all, and second of all, they only ever had 2 dots somewhere on their bodies that made it look like they were like teeth marks, okay? That was the only thing that all the animals had in common. What made it even more creepier and even more like weird was the fact that a little bit after the animals started popping up dead, people started popping up dead. So they would wake up and they would find bodies and stuff laying around that were also drained of blood and also had the 2 dots somewhere on their bodies. Of course, it didn't take the townspeople very long to kind of put 2 and 2 together as to what was going on here. All of a sudden, you get this random foreigner from who knows where, and is just kind of only popping out during the night and looks a little suspicious. And all of a sudden, these animals and people are being drained of their blood and just like have these 2 little dots on their bodies and stuff like that from where the blood was being drained. It didn't take them very long to kind of put 2 and 2 together and to realize that this foreigner was a vampire. Now, as you guys may know, or if you don't know, there's not really like a way to kill a vampire, okay? You can't just like shoot it because like, I mean, it's gonna injure them, but it's not really gonna do anything to them. The only way to like actually efficiently kill a vampire is to stab them in the heart with a wooden stake. So that's what the townspeople did. They carved out a wooden stake from a tree and they went after the vampire. And what's crazy, you guys, is that when they went to go kill this vampire, his last words before they stabbed him with the stake was, "You can kill me, but you cannot kill my spirit. I will be back for revenge." That is so fucking insane. But wait, okay, hold up, there's more. So the townspeople buried the vampire in el Panteon de Belen, and what is fucking insane, you guys, is that where they buried his like body, the concrete started to crack and like split open, and a tree grew, you guys. The same wood that was used to kill the vampire is what the tree is like made out of, and it's like so insane, you guys. It's like a legit fucking tree, and it's just growing and growing. And People say that the day that that tree dies, or the day that that tree gets like knocked over or something, is the day that the vampire will come back and seek his revenge on the town for killing him, basically. This is also a spot that you guys can tour if you guys ever do decide to like tour this cemetery. They actually put like a metal fence around the tree so that people can't like get into it or anybody get out from it. But I mean, if he's legit like a vampire, I don't know how much like a fence is gonna do to like keep him in. But I mean, all we can fucking do is hope and pray that that tree doesn't die or fall. Like I said, this one just caught my attention just because I got like a fascination with like vampires. It just seems so fucking cool to me. Like, not the whole like blood sucking part, but just like the whole like emotion thing, like no emotions, and like super strength, like super speed, just like in the Vampire Diaries where they could like compel people to like forget things or like do things. I just find that so fucking fascinating, interesting. And like I said, I don't know if I'm just like super like into that just because the Vampire Diaries and Twilight, or if like, you know, there's more to this, but it's just so fucking insane, you guys. Of course, there are lots of other different legends and stuff like that that go along with the cemetery as well as the hospital, but I just wanted to talk about some of them that really caught my eye and that I felt like seemed more legit than some of them, because of course there's some people that just will make shit up and stuff like that, but I don't know, these just really seemed real. You guys let me know down below what you guys think. Do you guys believe in these legends? Do you guys just think they're a bunch of bullshit and hoax and stuff like that? I don't know, man. I think I believe in them just because like it's just so fucking insane and crazy, and there's like multiple people that have caught like these things on camera. It's not just like one specific person. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned about something new. Let me know down below what other places, people, haunted shit you guys want me to talk about, and I can totally do so. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, a dope ass rest of your week. Watch your back, okay? There could be a vampire lurking around us and we have no idea. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.